Hi folks, back with the next video here in the 5 League Challenge, and just for a quick update, I've had to decide to do something a wee bit out of the box, which was resign from Atletico Madrid. I had a good start to the season, although they've lost a few games since I left, but yeah, basically was winning every game, most games sorry. It was ranked first in the world, but over the course of the second half of the last season and the first half of this, applied for loads of jobs in Italy, just wasn't getting any of them. So couldn't think why, because I was ranked first in the world. So what I did was resigned from my post, and then I've taken over at Avellino in Italy, which are a half decent sized squad club. They've got a 24,000 seater stadium, which is why I applied for that one. There was other ones, but they were smaller stadiums, but they don't have any money at the moment, so it's going to be pretty much a rebuild job and a bit of a challenge actually. But we've taken these guys over. You're not going to know any of the players. I can't bring anyone in, but I've kind of pieced together a team from what they did have, and we'll just need to see how that goes. So what I'm thinking here is, though, now that I'm in Italy, I'm ranked ranked fifth, sorry, in the reputation stakes here in Italy. So I'm hoping if another job comes up, like maybe this Inter Milan, Sampdoria, Brescia, Atalanta, I can put in for one of them and we'll just see how we go on, and I'll just be at Avellino on a kind of interim basis here. They are 15th in the league, so you know, I need to hope I don't get relegated here, because I can bring in free transfers for next season, and I think I could definitely do something in that next season with them and win the Serie C title. So I've got a few that I'm looking at here. But yeah, the funds are limited, so we're just going to have to see how this goes. And yeah, it's a big risk, but what I didn't want to do is just keep playing season after season with Atletico Madrid, and it's just going to get boring for you guys if you're still watching these, of course. And we did say the 5 League Challenge, this is the final league that we need to win, so in Italy at the top league, so we're going to just think outside the box here. Rather than play through a third full season at Atletico Madrid when I'd already won everything in Spain, you know, won the UEFA Cup, and there wasn't much left there to do. So we'll play through the first few games. Let's see how we got on here with basically just picking up a team and having to deal with the resource that they have, and the players that they have, which is not too shabby. Well, I'm going to see actually where I'm short, which is strikers, I believe. Yeah, strikers and a defender and a goalkeeper. So I'll see if I can bring somebody in on loan, maybe. Just try that. What, are they running out of contract? No, they're unprotected. So we'll try a few loans. I think we can maybe only loan 2 players though. So we'll try a couple of goalkeepers, try a couple of strikers. He looks good. So if we can get loans in, that'll be decent, but I think you can only you can only take on 2 loans, I think, in Italian. I don't know whether it being in Series C, maybe that's different, but we'll try that first, and then a couple of defenders. If we can see somebody that's half decent. Yeah, they look okay. I haven't been able to get in any coaches or anything like that. Like, it's just it's literally going to be a kind of go with what you have approach here, which, you know, it's a different dynamic to the challenge, and you never know, on the basis of actually being in Italy now, maybe I will get one of these bigger jobs and just be here for a few games. But we'll try this first game, see how we got on. We basically just need to get wins on the board. There's no other thing to be too worried about at the moment. So I've put out what looks like the best 11 from the players that were there. There's a whole load of players in the reserves. I think I had like 26 players in reserves, which were pretty terrible. So I've just put them all up for sale at 0, and I've got a few shifted already. So we'll see how that goes. And I know I'm kind of playing it down, saying like I'm having to work with the players that I've got here, but I don't think that other teams in this league are going to be any great shakes either. So, you know, it might be enough to kind of move up the league a wee bit. Only thing is, I'm not really going to know what I'm doing with the substitutes and stuff. I've not learnt who these players are, and I may not do. But this is going to be a good evaluation of the tactic I'm using. Like, can I actually just adapt to, you know, just working with a basic side that's not in your not in the image of the players that you normally sign, really. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we're going to get a debut win here. Nope, 2-2. I think Regina might be one of the better teams, so they're certainly they'll have a decent stadium there. So a 2-2 draw in the first game, not a complete disaster. So I think what we need to do is actually look for players that are on loan. That would help. But we've got our defender probably coming in already, looking like it. We'll try for this guy as the goalkeeper, and then strikers. Yeah, not really any great ones there. Might have to just forget about the finishing attribute and just get who we can. Although again, pretty dire options. They're not too bad. And we'll just try for this guy just to get the numbers up to where we usually want it, which is like 24 players. So we'll see how that goes. But that is literally going to be, and that Salvi's joined us on loan, so that's decent enough. Another half decent defender there. He wants to leave, so we'll just list him there, but keep him in the squad. That's fine. So yeah, this is going to be something of a journey, this one. And then what we'll do, folks, I'll just keep an eye on on the jobs that are coming up in Italy, and possibly we'll just move on. But this club's big enough. If I can survive this season, win the league next season, and win the Serie B, then you know I'll make it to Serie A eventually, which wasn't looking like it was going to happen. Like, I applied for at least a dozen jobs, maybe more, Roma, Fiorentina, Napoli, Udinese, Milan twice. Milan didn't offer me a job twice, and 2 different times that their manager got sacked, so I think that was enough to kind of say, like, well, there's nothing more that I could have done to improve my position at Atletico Madrid. So you've got to try something a bit different, otherwise you'll never get onto that 5th league. Oh yeah, and you can have more loans than we thought there. Well, that's the 3rd loan came on. So what do we want to do with these guys? So he'll go in a striker spot along with him. And then we've got one too many in the old central midfielders there. So it's just the goalkeeper that we'll be after now. And we'll pop him in there. So yeah, not looking too bad. So looking like we can bring in more loans. So we might as well do that and just try and kind of boost things a bit. That's all goalkeepers, but if they're better than the ones I've got, I can bring in a few. So I'll try those 2. And then we've got not much else here to look at going for, really. He looks not bad, so we'll try him. Yeah, so we'll just see how I can go with picking up loans here, and just to try and get a bit of extra quality for the league campaign. Would imagine that we're knocked out of the cup already. Yeah, so not much to do there. So it will just be a case of trying to secure survival here, and then I've already got a few coming in for next season on free transfers, so that'll be the state of play for now. And I'll just let you see how we got on in this next game. So we've got that goalkeeper on loan there, and he's actually pretty decent, so we'll pop him in and see how that improves upon the last performance. So maybe the loans max out at 4 then, could be that. Yeah, so you can only have 4 players in on loan, but we've got 4 half decent ones there, so that's good enough, and 3 of them have went into the first 11, so that was worth doing there. Right, so match number 2, Castel di Sangro against Avellino. Obviously it looks like we've went back a good few levels in terms of the club that we're managing now, but it's one of those things, I guess. You have to just sometimes work to the designs of the game, and if it's not going to offer you a position, then you have to kind of make it happen on an alternative way. And I'll definitely get another job in Italy if I can get these guys like a league title or a promotion or something like that, I'd imagine. It's decent then, 4-2. Just want to be pulling out that relegation zone because it's a playoff system in this league. So if you finish in that kind of 14th to 17th position there, you'll be in some playoffs. But what we've still got like nearly 20 games left, 18 games left. And we're 10 points off the playoffs to get promoted, so maybe there's an outside chance of that, but I'm not going to kind of bank on anything really other than I need to keep them up. But that's a good wee performance there. So yeah, here we are. I haven't kind of pressed the reset button a bit here, folks, but I just wanted to keep on track for what the objective was, which was the 5-league challenge, and try and make something work there. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch up in the next video, let you see how we're getting on a bit further into this season with Avellino. Cheers.